Yeah, that happens an awful lot more than any of us care to admit. Happened to me very recently. Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Did it. But what do you do in this situation? Your bike's fallen over, how the hell are you supposed to get it back up again? Well, you lift it. Just like that. See? Easy peasy. Oh, and it's pissed a load of fuel out. Of course, I've got a full gas tank. Well, I guess for this one we're going to be wasting some fuel. Typically, that's what I always seem to do. I fill up the tank all the way to the top just before I'm about to shoot a video like this. Anyway, so this Yamaha FZ6 here is a 600cc bike, and it's actually quite a lightweight motorcycle for its size. Most 600cc bikes, they do tend to be on the lighter end, but this one is about 200 kilograms wet. That's probably including a full tank of fuel. And, well, I made that look quite easy, lifting up like that, but it's actually perhaps one of the hardest things about riding bikes is not if, when you drop it, is how you lift it back up again. Because yeah, no one wants to drop their bike just to practice lifting it back up again, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is actually quite a difficult thing to put into words that most people would understand, but there are some techniques involved which make it somewhat easier, especially if you are a smaller rider. I'm 5'11", I'm weighing in about 96 kilograms, which I was about to say 96 kilograms wet, but I'm a bit heavy for my height at the moment. I'm trying to do something about that. But when it comes to lifting bikes, more often than not, they're going to be over double your own body weight, unless you're riding a 125, where they tend to hover around 150 kilos, maybe a little bit less than that. They're much easier to lift. But these are the kinds of bikes that you're probably going to be more interested in lifting. There are bikes that are heavier, there are bikes that are lighter, there are bikes that are taller, there are bikes that are shorter. To be honest with you, the taller bikes, even though they're heavier, you get more leverage on them, so they're a little bit easier to lift. This, I think, is more of an average size bike, so lifting should be pretty representational for the vast majority of bikes that you may be lifting at some point in your riding careers. Alright, so we'll drop the bike a couple more times and then I'll demonstrate how I lift it. There are a number of different techniques that you can use. Some are easier than others to do. A lot of the time I just go for it and just lift it because I'm trying to get the bike up off the ground as quickly as possible. But there are easier ways to lift a bike, which we will demonstrate today. And also we'll demonstrate what you do if the bike has fallen over on the other side as well. It's near enough the same process, but obviously you've got to try and get the kickstand down somehow from that side, so today we'll show you how to do that. Alright, let's go ahead and drop it back on the ground, waste a bit more fuel. Funnily enough, the hardest bit for me doing this is actually the lowering part of the bike. So the technique that I demonstrated right at the start was literally like doing a deadlift. So you're going to get into a squat position, you're going to grab the handlebar and the pillion handle if you have access to a pillion handle. Otherwise, just grab whatever you can grab onto on that side of the bike, something that you can get some purchase on that you can lift it with. But most of the lift is actually going to be forward, not up. Don't focus on lifting the bike up, focus on lifting the bike forward. As soon as you get the bike onto the wheels, keep pushing forward. Alright, so the initial part is going to be very, very difficult. The initial lift, trying to get the bike onto the wheels, is the hardest part. Once it's on the wheels, push. Alright, so I'm using this front squat technique, this deadlift technique. This is the hardest technique to do, but if you just want to brute force it, this is totally doable. Alright, for most blokes, maybe not ladies, but alright, here we go. So it's up onto the wheels. Now I push forward, I lift forward until the bike is upright, put the kickstand down, and the bike is safely up off the ground. So that's the technique that I go to first. Alright, on most bikes, that's how I've been able to lift it. To be honest with you, the only bike where I wasn't able to lift it like that was my ZZR 1400, but that's a 260 kilogram bike. It's very, very heavy, so for a bike like that, this is the technique that I would use instead. Down you go. All right. So from here, we're going to do the back squat technique. So again, the thing you want to focus on is moving backwards. You don't want to lift up, you want to lift backwards. You want to lift towards the tires. So again, you're going to grab onto the handlebar. You're going to grab onto the pillion handle. All right, now from here, I'm actually going to sit on the bike. All right, I'm not going to get into a squat position. I'm actually going to sit on it. So I'm going to sit roughly here. All right. Now from here, all I want to do is just extend my knees and keep walking back. Keep sitting on the bike. Sit on it, let your body weight hold the weight of the bike as you are trying to lift it. Then from here, you hold onto the handlebar, hold on to the pinion handle or whatever you can, then put the kickstand back down again. Now look, either of these techniques are difficult. The bike is going to feel so heavy, ridiculously heavy, but once you get used to that, just that initial lift is all that you need, and then the walk back, you'll realize that actually lifting a bike can be much easier than you thought it was. But don't just squat there and stay squatted, all right? Once you're going to go for it, commit to doing it, because the more you hold onto that squat, the less power you're actually going to have to lift the bike up off the ground. All right, so this time I'm going to drop the bike down on the other side, and I'm going to show you how you lift it from that side. Now, naturally, when this happens, the kickstand is going to be up already, so when you drop it, you're going to have to try and figure out a way of getting the kickstand down, otherwise you're holding the balance of the bike yourself. But right, let's go ahead and drop it on this side. There we go. So the bike is now on the other side. So one thing you could do, which I always forget, but when the bike is on the ground, make sure it's off, all right? That's one thing that I forgot to mention at the start. Make sure you turn the bike off. A lot of modern bikes will have an auto cutoff when it detects that the bike has been tipped over. But if your bike is still running, turn it off straight away. Either turn it off at the key or use the kill switch. But one of the first things you can do is go ahead and put the kickstand down right away. So then, when you lift the bike up, you can't lift it too far. It will just rock onto its kickstand. But again, I keep forgetting to do this, so I'm going to put it back in again, and I'm going to demonstrate what I do. So right, I'm going to do my usual technique of just raw dogging it, so to speak. So lift up and forward. Okay, so whilst I'm here and I've got the weight of the bike on my leg, I'm actually going to lean over, tip the kickstand down, and then from here I can just lean the bike over onto its kickstand. Alright, so let's say the bike is too tall and you're not able to reach down for the kickstand to flick it down. What do you do then? Right, straighten out the handlebars. I'm going to walk to the pillion side of the bike. I'm going to keep two hands on the bike at all times, but try and keep it as upright as possible. As soon as you get around, reach to the handlebar. Then from here, you should be able to flick down the kickstand. But those for me are the easiest ways to lift up a motorcycle. When I dropped the GSX 1000 GT a few weeks ago, that's a 230 kilogram wet motorcycle, significantly heavier than this, but I used the exact same technique and it worked first time every time. Alright, so none of us actually hope that this ever happens to you, but unfortunately it's inevitable. A lot of the times a motorcycle is going to drop when you least expect it, or maybe there's a slight loss in your concentration or a slight lapse in your concentration, which causes a mistake to happen, which then causes the drop. But this is how you can get the bike up off the ground quickly. Now, I'm confident doing this with this bike because I've got these here. These are frame sliders. They're called frame sliders. But the idea is that they keep the bike off the ground if it ever tips over. These ones here are the R&G. Yeah, they're RNG ones. These are some of the best ones you can get. They're really thick, really durable. So even if I just lifted the bike up and just tipped it over, these would keep the bike off the ground. I've got them on this, I've got them on my ZR 1400, and they're very, very good. But they're not going to keep the bike necessarily 100% damage free. On my ZR 1400, there is some scratches down here where the fairing is, where it just pops out a little bit further than these do as the bike is tipping over. And so there's a little bit of scratching on the fairing, but for the most part, these really help to keep the bike as damage free as possible. So even if it's not 100% fail safe and you are going to sustain some damage, with this at least the damage is going to be much less. It's going to be minimal as opposed to not having any at all. So yeah, I'd heavily recommend that you get some of these, especially if you're worried about dropping your bike. But yeah, I think that's everything I've got for you today, everyone. Thank you ever so much for joining us on this one today. If it has helped you out, please go ahead, leave that like, hit that subscribe button, share it with your mates as well, especially if they've dropped a bike and they needed help getting it back up again. A lot of people, they do, especially ladies. You know, you'd hope that people would help you out, but unfortunately that's not always the case. So being able to do this on your own is always a good idea. All right, if you need to practice doing this, then of course, as always, hit the gym, get used to doing deadlifts. All right, lift as heavy as you can. But yeah, thank you again for watching this one today. Let me know down in the comment section below if there are any other techniques that you think have worked on your bikes before, or maybe there's something a little bit better coming around. Let me know down in the comment section below. But thanks again, everyone. You guys, you take care, ride safe. We'll catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.